Okay, so like I said previously, you need to be extremely careful from where you access your Amazon seller account. Because from one computer and internet connection, you can access only one seller account. So one computer and internet connection cannot be used for accessing multiple seller accounts, simply because Amazon forbids you to have multiple seller accounts. So accessing multiple seller accounts from same computer and internet connection can be a strong sign that you have multiple accounts, and it can get your account in trouble. Now this rule also applies to those whose seller account was previously suspended. So never open and access a new seller account from a computer or internet connection that was used for accessing the previously suspended account. Now the problem is, once you dedicate one computer and internet connection for your Amazon business, how are you going to access Seller Central if you're on the go? Because you cannot use friend's computer, unsecure Wi-Fi connection, hotel connections, etc. Because let's say you log into your Seller Central account through public Wi-Fi, and later that day another person accessed their Seller Central also through that same Wi-Fi connection. Amazon will register the two accounts were accessed from that same internet connection. This will raise some red flags and probably both accounts will get suspended. So what happens when you go on a vacation? How do you securely manage your Amazon business? Well, one solution is to use virtual private server for accessing seller account through a feature called Remote Desktop Access. So basically you need to subscribe for virtual private server and pay a small monthly fee for it, and then access that virtual private server from any computer or internet connection in the world through remote access. Then, once you access that virtual private server, you can use it just like any other computer. You can simply open a browser and log into your Seller Central account. Now, virtual private server acts as a layer of protection between you and Amazon. So Amazon will always register that you have accessed your seller account through that single virtual private server. So Amazon doesn't register from which computer or internet connection you have accessed the virtual private server. So basically, you can use public Wi-Fi connections to access the virtual private server, and then through virtual private server, log into Amazon seller account. Amazon won't register that you used public Wi-Fi. Now, there are many companies that offer this kind of service. In the resource tab, I have included some of the most popular and reliable services that I found. In this lecture, we are going to use cheapwindowsvps.com, since this is the one I use and have experience with. But the essence is the same with any other VPS company. You just need to make sure that VPS has at least one dedicated IP address and the remote desktop access feature. So once you head over to cheapwindowsvps.com, you need to pick a plan, register and subscribe for VPS. As you can see, there are several affordable plans. You can pick the cheapest one, it really doesn't matter. The main difference between these plans is the speed of VPS machine. So let's select the cheapest one because this will do the job also. So click order now. Now on this page you can configure your VPS, but I suggest that you leave everything as default. The one thing I change is the operating system. I selected Windows 7 Enterprise, simply because I use Windows 7. Also, as you can see, there are no Mac iOS options here. Now, just one thing to mention is that for accessing virtual private server, I will be using Windows 10. But this can be done from any Windows or Mac operating system. You can check out the tutorials in the resource tab of this lecture. Okay, now moving along, hit the Add to Cart button. And then on this page, hit Checkout button. And then on this page, you simply need to fill out the required information and hit Complete the order. Now, once you complete the payment, they will send you access details to your email address that you provided during registration. Okay, so now let's open the email. As you can see, the service will be activated within 20 minutes, so don't freak out if you fail to connect immediately. So main IP, password, and Windows username are most important credentials that you should save somewhere on your computer and use for accessing your virtual private server. Okay, so now open up the Start menu and find Remote Desktop Connection app. On older Windows, it's located under Accessories folder. So open the app and let's configure it quickly. First, you want to click on Options, and then under the Experience tab, you want to select LAN 10 megabits per second or higher. Then under the Local Resources, you want to make sure that printers and clipboards are selected. Then click on More and make sure drives and other supported plug-and-play devices are selected. Then you can proceed with connection. So enter your Windows username and IP address that you received in email from cheap Windows VPS. Also, don't save any of the credentials if you're using somebody else's computer, because you don't want anyone else to have access to your virtual private server. Then simply hit Connect button. You can click Connect again if this window shows up. Then you need to enter your password here, and that's it. It will now connect you with your virtual private server. Now, since you're connecting for the first time, you are probably going to be required to reset your password and enter a new one. Just make sure that you write or save your password somewhere else, so that you don't forget it. Okay, so now in this window, I'm actually using my virtual private server. So let me show you. IP address of my local computer that I'm currently using is this one. And IP address of the virtual private server is this. And as you can see, it's different, because those are two different machines using different internet connections. As you can see, now I have access to virtual private server through my computer. And I can use it normally like any other computer. I can browse the internet, install programs, etc. So now you can simply go and log in to your Amazon Seller account through this virtual private server. It's that simple. Once you log into Amazon, Amazon will see that you logged in through virtual private server machine, and not from a machine that is used to connect to virtual private server. You can use any computer in the world to access your virtual private server, just like we did now. Once you connect to virtual private server, go to Amazon, log into Seller Central, and manage your Amazon business. So as you can see, virtual private server acts as a layer of protection between Amazon and public internet connection. Now again, I showed you how to connect using Windows 10, but the method of connection is very similar with any operating system. So please check the resource tab of this lecture to see tutorials for connecting with other operating systems. Also, at the end, make sure once you're finished that you log out from virtual private server remote access. So simply click X and exit. So that's it. Let me know if you have any questions in the discussion tab of this lecture.